Hey guys, it's Kennedy. It's your girl Kennedy, a whole single. And I just wanted to stop by today and I'm on my lunch break and I'm doing this live because I just want to say to all of my subscribers, all of my friends, all of my tubers, all of my grammars, Instagram, I'm sorry. I do apologize because you know what? I had got so caught up in watching these YouTube videos about how to get subscribers, how to get more subscribers, how to get more subscribers, how to get more viewers, how to get more monetize. And I'm watching these videos from all of these people that saying, come on my page and let me show you how to get 1,000 subscribers and how to get these views and how I monetize. And it was overnight and all of this stuff. And so what we're doing is we're rushing and we're into the time that I was spending watching these other videos. Thank you for the inspiration. Thank you for all of you who share your journeys. And so I'm not saying anything's wrong with it because I believe in we should all help each other. What I'm saying for me, and I apologize for, is that the time that I was using to watch those videos with the purpose of gaining more subscribers, I wasn't doing my research and prayer time on how to be whole. So what I did, I started getting caught up in the hype of getting more members and getting more subscribers and getting monetized that I lost sight of why I really started the channel. I started this channel through prayer. And I said, God, even if I don't get a lot of subscribers, God, even if I just get one or two people that listen and use my journey to help them, then I'm good with it. And every other night I would get one or two subscribers. Every time I would post a video, I would get 2 or 3 subscribers. Within 2 months, I went from 11 subscribers to 279 subscribers in 2 months. Yes, I did. But why did it go there? Because God had breathed on it. That there were certain people that's supposed to hear what God gives me to say. And it wasn't for me to start trying to look for money from it. It wasn't for me to start doing more research and spending more time figuring out how to get more people so I can get more money instead of researching and praying and reading the word and asking God to give me a message for the people that are single and that are of your kingdom and that want to be whole and that want to love and be loved. But we want to do it where God is all in the mix, that He's so interwoven because of our obedience to Him and because of our love for God. I was at an event the other night where First Lady Shay was speaking, and the smile on her face, and when she said, "Yeah, I love God," I was like, you know what? I do too. Like we were in love with this, and like, yeah, I do too. I was like, yes. It confirms over and over and over again that I'm in the right place, that I'm supposed to be for my healing and my growth in the ministry. Y'all know I had put it down for a minute when I first came to Birmingham because I came here wounded like a dove. I ran from I couldn't run from cancer, but I ran from the place I had cancer. I ran from Florida where I had all these past hurts and different things to happen to me back to a place where I remembered fun times with my brother and the love of my brother and the joy and the stories and the mentorship and the things that he taught me. So I ran and even changed my message on my phone. My phone used to say, "Thank you for calling. This is Reverend Benjamin, if you would." And so even my mom noticed. She was like, "Oh, I see you." Then she changed the subject. So I wanted to sit down for a while. I did a lot of things in Florida in the ministry. I mean, I have been in the pulpit. I done spoke. I done sang. I done had the kids. And so I was doing all this, and I had went through cancer. I lost my husband. all these things, and I was just in go, 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 go all the time until when this thing with cancer happened, and I was all the way through it. Then I had a stumbling block with my body, and it just seemed like other things happened, and I was upset, and I just didn't, know if I wanted to be in a minute. I knew I couldn't escape God, so I came to Birmingham, and even though I still wasn't ready, I joined the church. I went to a few. I went to maybe 3 or 4 churches before I joined Rebirth Christian Fellowship, and I just kept coming back there and kept coming, and then I joined, and that was my way, God's way of telling me this is where He wanted me to sit. And for a while, I wanted to just sit down. I just wanted to sit. I didn't want to work. I didn't want to be. It was like I was hurt from a lot of things, but I knew I had to be there. Like we was raised in that church, and not only was I not that raised in a church, which I was, First Lady Katie May, but I had been so active in the ministry for the last 12, 13 years before I moved here. And I knew I should be, but I felt like I wanted to just sit down for a while. Like I just wanted to listen. Like I just needed some more to the list, some time. But what it really was is I needed time to heal and heal effectively. And then to start back to grow. And then to just realize all of the potential that God gave me and ask Him continually, what do you want me to do with these talents? What do you want me? How do you want me to invest my talents? Day after day, someone tells me something about my voice. I've never thought myself to be too cute or particular, and never always thought I had too deep of a voice for a girl. But just today again, one of my members at work, he says, something about your voice. There's something about your voice. And he says, well, maybe you should be on the radio. Or maybe then he brought up James Earl Jones. And I'm like, oh man, come on now. I can't take no money off your bill, bro. So ain't no need. But people always, I'm on Pastor's call team. I called a member. She said, yeah, I remember you. You was the one that stood up and you talked about this and you had this black and white dress on and so and so. And I was like, yeah. She's like, yeah, I couldn't really remember your name. She said, but I remember your voice. This is something that's been told to me several times. So I'm like, okay, God, what is it that you want me to do? And so he was like, I want you to talk. I want you to tell my kids your story. I want some. He told me when I was diagnosed with stage 3 cancer, he told me then, he said, I want you to do this because when you get on the other side, I want you to tell someone else that they can get through it. And so all of these things came together. And he asked, well, Lord, you tell me to talk, you give me a platform. I walked by and watched YouTube for days and weeks and months and years, saying, God, if you want me to talk, give me a platform. Okay, so he gave me a platform and he started a whole single because I want to be, after all this journey, it made me realize how many holes I had in myself, how broken I was, and how I was holding on to hurt and rehearsing grief over and over for 30 years, rehearsing grief that you could have been let go because that wasn't your fault. Or, I mean, all these things that I was able to shed since I've been there at Rebirth and just sitting and learning and absorbing. And now it's time, God has told me that it's time for you to talk. Okay. So, with that being said, I started this YouTube. I changed my YouTube page from Kennedy's Consulting and Insurance. It was talking about it. I had 11 subscribers. 11 subscribers. I changed the name to a whole single and started talking about being whole and loving God and how you can date and have other interpersonal relationships inside the kingdom, or you can grow someone into the kingdom, or how you should be as a lady of God when you walk out here in these streets. I went to 278 in 2 months. Hear me now, in 2 months. So it may not be flash this or post it this time or click on these five other people and subscribe to their channel. Like, you know how chain letters used to work back in the 60s, 70s, and 80s? They had chain letters. When you got to write these five people and they got to write five people and then all these people. So that's all that is. It's like a pyramid. If I hook on to you, then you hook on to five more people, then they hook on to five. And I was so caught up in, oh, I want to monetize. Yeah, I want a better place to live. Yes, I need a nicer car to drive. Yes, mama can always use a pair of shoes. But guess what? I got caught up into doing more research on how to gain members and how to cut and edit and how to do all these other things more so than God, what is it that you want me to tell the people today? God, what is it that you have? Where do you want me to read? What do you want me to research? What other podcasts are talking about relationships and wholeness? What couples can I interview? What people in my life do I have that are strong in the faith, like my little big brother Tyler Anderson? Who do I know that can share their testimonies of how God has given them this wholeness where they can share this love with other people and they can bask in God's glory and that they have interpersonal relationships that work and that are bounding and are flourishing. Those are the things. But I'm sorry. I got caught up in, I found myself for quite some time looking at videos of other people that's flashing their what they check was, or monetize, how I got a thought, and I'm like, I was into this stuff, and I do appreciate the methodology of it all, where we go, it's over 7 million people on YouTube, so we can all get a check, but for me, I had to sit back and pray and say, God, I'm truly sorry that I took the platform that you gave me to speak to your children, to share my journey with your children, to uplift your children. I'm sorry that I took that platform and just became absorbed in, I want to monetize. So let me watch this video where they're talking about monetizing it. Let me watch this video where they're talking about monetizing, or let me go on these five people and like their page and watch their videos so they can increase their subscriptions. And then maybe, hopefully, they'll come back to my page. And I've had a couple of that did. So thank you that the ones that did. And my island girl, I love you and the nature, and I'm gonna keep watching you. And some ones I really am gonna follow through, um, because it is like a village. YouTube can be, or anywhere, whether it's Facebook or whether it's Instagram or whatever your thing is. But I just want to apologize that I got caught up and I wasn't really bringing you the knowledge of God, or that how we're gonna be whole, or my first videos, they was getting 1,500 likes, views, and all this, and so I'm like, well, what happened? All these algorithms that they changed, and then I became absorbed in trying to figure the algorithm and what should I post and how should I do this and the thumbnail that. I got consumed. But now I want to say I apologize for distorting and not really giving you all of what God has for you through me. And I'm going to do better. That's why I decided today that I would take this time and just do a live video, coming straight from the heart, and say, hey guys, it's Kennedy, it's your girl, a whole single. And we're going to talk about being whole. And God, I bless you for all the subscribers I have. I thank you so much for those people who, even my big brother Wayne. I know he watches, and I know because he will. Hey sis, I love it. Rodolph. I have a lot of people that I know that are watching for the content. And so I apologize, and I'll do better to go back and go into prayer over the subjects that I talk about, to go into prayer and read and research and pray over what I'm bringing you, because I want us to be whole. It's been a hard journey to go through the life I've gone through. If I really sat down and talked to you all about the things that I've had to go through in life, losing a child, losing my brother, losing my husband, losing, having cancer. You say, and I still believe in God, and I still trust Him. But what I found through a lot of that is that I didn't have the correct coping mechanisms. I didn't have the right tools and knowledge in some cases to grieve properly in the Lord, to have faith and strength that absent in the body is present with the Lord. And although we miss a person, if we live right and do right by God, then we may be able to see them again one day. But I got it so caught up in, they ain't here no more, and I miss them. And that was the only person that treated me right. And and this is this was this. And, you know, now I've come to the conclusion that you have to decide that you want to grow. You have to decide that you want to live a better life. You have to decide that you're going to lay aside every weight that so easily besets you. You're going to have to make a decision to be happy. You got to make a conscious effort, a real choice to decide that I am not going to be miserable. I'm going to go forth in life, and I'm going to shake off all these negative appendages. They cut Dr. David Robb, cut the cancer out. So hey, look, and God blessed it with his radiation. Okay, his spirit radiated. His Isaiah 53:5, by his stripe, that's what radiated through this healed body. And so I give him glory. Instead of having survivor's remorse because you made it through a battle that some people that you love didn't make, and enjoying life, you decide that you're going to be like, woe is me. And every time somebody bring up the thought of cancer, I'm just about to cry. I'm in tears. I don't want to talk about it. I can't share that because I'm still holding on to sometimes you grieve your body. You can grieve, Lord, I had a different type of body. Lord, I had different type of hair. But it is who it is. And maybe that next person that God sends for me to love and be loved, by, maybe this is the perfect body and the perfect look kinky hair that he wanted. Who knows? But today, and first and foremost, we're gonna start doing better about being whole. We're gonna start more about more thought process and being whole, healed, and out here in these streets as dating men and women of God, and not so much as caught up on it. Subscribe. I need 20. I need 100. I need or monetization, because I do believe, and I'm like, oh, have you forgotten what you do for only what you do for Christ gonna last? And so with all this get power and get some understanding, knowledge and understanding. And so instead of me being caught up in, I want to hurry up and get monetized, or I want to do this, I want to be caught up in, let me pray and ask God what he wants me to tell his children on this platform that he has provided for me. That's what I want to do. And I want to get to his gates one day and say, and he said, Kennedy, my good and faithful servant, you were ruler over a little, and I gave you rule over much, and you rule that well too. So I have the prayer of Jabez. He says, enlarge my territory, Father God, and cause me, because you know his name meant. He said, but cause me to do no harm. So I say that same thing. And that means don't cause me to do no harm with your word. Cause me to do no harm with my word. Cause me to make sure that everything that I say and do is given for the glory of God and don't embarrass me. And so I say, let's continue in our journey to be whole. And let's just lay aside every weight that besets us, that keeps us from acknowledging the presence of God and endeavoring into his will for us and loving him up close and personal. Because once we know how to upload God's love, then we'll know how to upload others' love. You understand how that goes? Because if God is love and we were created out of love and through love and by love, see, the word was God and the word was with God. You understand? So we was created from by love to love and for love. So let's learn how to love ourselves first. Love us first, not judging one another because we talk about this measuring stick. And a lot of people stick don't measure, but they quick to judge. I might say, judging by my measuring stick, I believe a lady of God supposed to walk with their head high, with a certain kind of dress and look and appearance. And so my measuring stick may say, oh, she looks like a straight floozy. Sometimes maybe even an old floozy. Or that one may be too young to know better, but that one is old enough to know worse than better and still dress like a what. So I don't judge people. I dress the way I dress. Because see, my measuring stick for certain things is different than yours. So let's get out of certain things and just see what we need to do to make sure we're our best selves. Because see, I don't have nothing to prove to you. I got to prove it to God. And if me proving God and through what he said for me to do, if that light shines on you, then that's the way it's supposed to shine. See what I'm saying? Because see, God, he has the right people lined up for you. So if your thing is to monetize, pray over it. God breathed on your channel, and I hope you much success. But for me and my house, we gonna serve the Lord, and we're gonna continue to do more research, more prayer, more reading, more fasting, and just to see what does God have for me in this channel. And if God breathed on it, I'll have money. I'll have influence. Because, see, a lot of times it ain't always about the money. It's about the influence, Pastor Doug Taylor. It's about the influence that we have in our lives and to others. If you are powerful influence because God has breathed on you, let that shine. And he said, just in all these things will be added unto you. So here we go today. I just want to stop in and shoot this live and say, hey, we're gonna do better about studying, researching, praying, and delving in how we gonna be whole, how we gonna get out here and have fun as whole singles. We ain't gotta be shut up in the house. We ain't gotta be, if the pastor can go to the plush bar and listen to music, I can too. Long as I don't go in there, drink, get drunk, and go to acting foolish, or go in there, drink, get drunk, and then next thing you know, I want to take somebody's son home. See, that's what we talk about with some stuff. So that's what we're going to get back into, guys. Again, I want to just thank all of my subscribers. And I want to thank for all the people that watch, that haven't subscribed. Go ahead, subscribe. I'm going to do better. And we're going to do this journey together. Because it's always, like Pastor says, it's better when we live life together. So love you guys by the gallons. And like I always say, peace, love, and chicken grease. Why is chicken grease? Because it's hot. Bye, y'all.